Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. But become a member to the channel because we go live, right? Especially at night. But I want to start doing member-only lives because, I just think it'll be a bit more interesting. But nonetheless, man, Claressa Shields. Is she lying about sold-out crowds? Do boxers lie? Say, oh, we had a sold-out venue? I think promoters do, man. I think they do lie. With Claressa Shields, I'll say this. Had somebody actually come onto the live last night and they were saying that, hey, Claressa Shields isn't selling out, venues. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I don't know that. So, if that's what you say, all right, we got to just take what you say with a grain of salt because, I don't know that. I can only go with what Claressa Shields and her team says. If a caller calls in and says that it's not true, I mean, I hear you, but how does anyone know? So I did a little research, and the caller was telling me that there's a radio station, WDDV 92.7. I don't know what the connection is between the caller and the radio station, but anyway, supposed to be 500 tickets or so that the radio station had given away. And then a Gloria Cole library where another 500 tickets were given away. And there have been other large amount of tickets that have been given away for free. So essentially, they're like, if that's what's happening, then she's not selling out events, she's giving tickets away. Now, if Claressa Shields is giving away hundreds of tickets, if she's giving away thousands of tickets for her fight through community organizations, right? Now, if Jake Paul is out here clowning her saying she's not selling out events, he knows that she's giving away tickets. Let's just stop right there. Giving away tickets may not be a bad thing. Probably thought it was going to go a different direction, huh? I just think we need to understand if she's giving tickets away to underprivileged kids, adults, that's not a bad thing. That's the kind of stuff we should be hearing about. Not just from her, from athletes, period, boxers, period. Because look, it ain't no secret. People have talked about other fighters. We've talked about promoters who claim they were events were being sold out, and you go in there and half the shit is empty. Or they're walking up to people on the street just giving away tickets. Okay? But my thing is this. Free tickets, it's not automatically a bad look. I think giving away tickets is normal in sports, not just boxing. NFL, NBA, and even big concerts do it, especially when events are in smaller markets. It boosts attendance, improves crowd energy, and builds future fans. So with Claressa, she may be actually doing some kind of community outreach, but the boxing fans only see that, she can't sell out events. That's the narrative that they want to create. And there's a bit of a PR issue here. She didn't control the story early enough. So when you don't do that, other people will take control of the story. But check this out. Maybe whatever tickets are going from her hands to somebody else, maybe you may have somebody come in and buy a large amount of tickets from her. Then she gives them to them. And those tickets are being used to give to the less fortunate, or whatever the case, right? So maybe it's not this break glass in case of emergency type decisions to be like, oh, we still have 6,000 seats that are empty. Just go give away these 6,000 tickets. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I'll be honest with you. But what makes sense to me is that Claressa Shields may be giving away tickets to the less fortunate. Could be 1,000, could be more. I don't know. What makes sense to me that maybe there's some kind of outreach type program where somebody may say, hey, look, we'd like to buy, X amount from you. Can do you have that for us? We want to give it away. But the bottom line is, I just think there's a bit more to the story. But that's what happens when you don't get the full story. People try to solve for X. So as a result, most people are going to go towards the negative extreme. And because Claressa Shields right now is she's made herself such a huge target, people will take anything and just run with it. And again, if she's giving the tickets away for free, is she selling out the venue? No. But that doesn't automatically make it a bad look, especially if the tickets are being given away to the underprivileged. To that, I actually have to say, yo, good job, Claressa Shields. Talk more about it. Because the bottom line, people need to hear about that. If somebody's going to be out here and wants to be the villain, or they're being labeled as a villain, you know what, man? Robin Hood was a villain. He was a thief, right? Stole from the rich, gave to the poor. So sometimes being villains, you do good things, no matter what somebody thinks. But in my opinion, I think you should talk more about it. Now, my thing is, why not just come out and say, you know, how many tickets will be given away free? But each time I fight in Michigan, I give away X, Y, and Z. Why not just come out and say it, and say who you giving it to? Because boxing fans, you know, maybe there's some risk with coming out and saying what you're doing. You know, there are probably like 3 risks. Boxing fans weaponize honesty. That's one thing is true. If Claressa said we gave away 1,000 tickets, people would twist it into, see, nobody wants to watch it. She's not a draw. Even though giving away tickets equals, you know, pretty normal in combat sports. The other thing, a person doesn't want to come out here, they may not want to say they're giving away tickets because they're worried about sponsors. You know, because sponsors want metrics that look strong. Sell out crowd, demand, visibility. So since Claressa is talking so much about her brand, maybe she does have some smart people around her that's like, look, we're going to keep taking care of the underprivileged. These outreach programs, we're going to take care of people. But we can't let that get out. Even though that's not a bad thing, when we talk about our brand and sponsorship deals and what we're looking for, they want metrics. And they want those metrics to look strong. So we got to create the perception that the crowds are selling out, there's a demand to see you, and we've got a whole lot of visibility. Now, if the narrative becomes attendance is inflated by giveaways, it may scare off endorsements. So that may be why it's not being really talked about. Actually sounds pretty damn smart to me, you know, when you sit back and you paint the picture that way. But it also could be that, you know, they don't want to come out here and validate, you know, the criticism by different people, Jake Paul and fans, and they don't want to deal with the bullshit, you know, because when it comes to narrative manipulation, you give Jake Paul any ammunition, he's going to take it and he's going to turn it and he's going to fire it back at your ass. Because he's the king of narrative manipulation, man. If she confirms any part of what he says, he'll turn it into a victory lap. And so will fans and content creators. They can't wait to hear, because they're not going to hear all the good that she's giving away to the less privileged, you know what I mean? They're not going to want to hear that. All they're going to hear is she's giving away tickets, she's not selling out, she's a liar, she's a fraud, nobody wants to see her. She's not the GWOAT, she's the joke. And that's unfair to Claressa Shields. So yeah, you heard me say it. I don't think that's right. But I'm different. I actually would be glad to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But I do think transparency would actually help her. You know what I mean? I understand the branding, the brands and sponsorships, and I get it. I understand. But if she said, yes, we give away tickets to kids, single moms, underprivileged families, I'd rather pour into our community than leave empty seats. Yeah, and what? You hold your horses like her champions say. Stop taking it to the stupid. I pour into my community. That's what I do. Why would I sit there and have empty seats and just throw all the tickets away? No, I'm going to give it to people who'll come out. Now, they got to buy their own popcorn and shit, cotton candy and all that, but I ain't paying for that. But you got a ticket, just got to get here. Come and see the GWOAT, the GWOAT, the GWOAT. Pat, pat, boom, pat, pat, brrr. And I'm telling you, man, that shit would be heroic. That's what Claressa Shields needs, man. She needs a heroic moment. Because right now, man, she out here, she all over the goddamn place. And you see, the community loves this, man. Because now, finally, she becomes, to the not just diehard boxing fans, to the casuals, the fighter who gives back, the champion who cares, the woman of the people. And maybe, just maybe, she would be kind of showing the quality of what you expect for someone who's a self-proclaimed greatest woman of all time. Giving back, not just them turkeys and shit. Take more than going out there throwing a few toms in the goddamn community. What are those turkeys anyway? Shits look like goddamn ostriches, which must have been like 60-pound turkeys. Where the hell them turkeys must be on peds? You need to VADA test them turkeys and shit. But the image of her being altruistic is worth doubling down on, especially when it comes to doing stuff to take care of the underprivileged. People need to hear about that. But does it really matter if a fighter sells out venues in today's climate? You know, I kind of say not really. I mean, it's great if you can do it, but I mean, Demetrius Andre really sold out, but he was elite, right? He has a lot of respect. Terrence Crawford didn't become a sellout star until late in his career. He has a lot of respect. Floyd Mayweather didn't become a star until he learned, about marketing, and he leaned into the villain role. Jake Paul sells out because he markets, not because he's elite. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul ain't selling out because he does the business in the ring like Claressa Shields does, or like Mayweather did, or like Crawford does. You know what I mean? He sells out because he's marketed himself very well. So selling out doesn't define talent, legacy, or greatness, but, marketing does. So Claressa's issue isn't her skill, it's storytelling. And this free ticket situation is a great story if she embraces it. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, really great story. That's why I'm talking about it. But how should she and her team approach it? I'm not a PR guy. But the one thing that I would do is something that I learned. You know what? Sometimes you got to own shit. Stop making excuses and own it. Once you own it, people will shut up. They'll talk a little bit, but eventually they'll shut up because you've owned it. So you can be like, "What? You still going on about that, McNicholas? Why don't you hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid? You're not saying nothing that we don't know. I already told you. It is what it is. Yeah, we give away tickets. We're building new boxing fans. And what? Bozo McNicholas, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Also, highlight the community. You're going to give away these tickets. Show kids meeting her. Turning into an event. Show families attending. Partner with the libraries, nonprofit, gym, youth centers. Maybe have a little thing where because she needs tax write-offs. Put on an event, man, where you got barbecue and music and free ticket giveaway barbecue, meet and greet or whatever. And she come out there, wear some different shoes though. Don't have on those shoes, those I'm gonna get you sucker, fish tank shoes with the goldfish in the bottom that you had at the Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. Don't wear those. But definitely have something. Have the cameras out there. Let people see what you're doing. Not just all the negative shit. Let them see the positive. I think that would be brilliant. Partner with the libraries, nonprofits, gyms, youth centers, maybe even a police department. Whatever you have to do, man, to highlight the community. That, to me, I think is brilliant. And then use numbers positively, man. Instead of free tickets, say we sponsored 1,000 seats. That sounds much better. Words matter. We invested in the community. We opened the arena to people who've never seen a world championship live. See, that's how you handle that. Exact same thing, just a much better framing. And matter of fact, I'll take my 10% consultation fees for kicking this knowledge right now. Shit, you could turn it into a charity initiative, you know what I mean? Claressa's Community Corner, that got a nice ring to it. Fight Night for Families. The GWOAT gives back. Make it official. Now people celebrate instead of clowning it. It becomes a big deal, you know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is boxing fans are hypocritical about Claressa Shields, and there's a reason why they are. You know why? Because fans say she's not humble, she talks too much. Papoose, Papoose, bring me my pumpkin spice latte. Brrr. She too confident. But then fighters love, Floyd, Deontay, Tyson Fury. Look, a lot of fighters talked a lot. Is Claressa judged differently? Yeah, she judged differently, you know what I'm saying? But it's not because of her ability. It's a male-dominated sport. She's confident, but man, it's just hard. I ain't gonna lie, man. What Christy Martin said, it's hard to like her. I don't know her from shit, but I look at her and I can see there's some good in her, man. I'm telling you, there's some good in Claressa Shields. You can see she has some good in her. When she smiled and everything, she has some good in her, man. But Lord have mercy, boy. She just like a goddamn, pit bull, a hyena, a piranha, barracuda. You know what I'm saying? Something vicious. Sometimes people want a little nice cocker spaniel. People go in the jungle, they want a nice little pet. What's a nice little pet animal you can get from the jungle, man? She a hyena and shit. I don't know, man. Maybe you get you a nice little pet peacock or something. Dog, she a pit bull. Maybe you get you a fish, she a piranha, a barracuda. Maybe you want a little goldfish or something. But I do understand, man, she's a black woman in a male-dominated sport. That's hard. It's hard for Claressa Shields. I understand. It's hard. Women have it hard, man. Women have it hard in this society, man. And you can be confident. You can be confident, man. But the problem is shit gets amplified when you're out here cussing and just being toxic, man. And I'll just say this. She's her own worst enemy. All that potential, just fucking throwing it away. So does she have an image problem? I mean, yes, she has an image problem, you know what I'm saying? And everybody's going to have a different opinion, but is it selling tickets? I don't think selling tickets is the problem for Claressa Shields. The fighting style, I don't think that's the problem. Personality, I think that has a lot to do with it. But I think for Claressa, it's just controlling the narrative a lot, Right now, it seems like a lot of haters define her, the media defines her, Jake Paul. Everybody has an opinion about it. Let me not even say Jake Paul. But she's always going at Jake Paul. I mean, shit, it's only fair. She says she could whip his ass. Let me tell you something. She ain't beating no damn Jake Paul. Jake Paul will put the goddamn, the YouTube bing-bings on her. You know what I'm saying? But she needs to define herself by taking control of things like this. This is a good example. This free ticket shit that's going around, she needs to take control of that and explain what that is. She may feel like, I don't have to explain that. I'm the GOAT. Pap, tell him, Pap, I don't have to tell him nothing. No, you do. Because it's not that we're forcing you to do something. Yo, it helps you. Come on here and talk about the goods that you're doing, man. People need to hear that. Because I'll be honest with you. I'm doing this video because I'm like, you know what, this shit need to be out there. It's good medicine to know that she's doing stuff to help the community, man. You know what I'm saying? That shit is amazing, but take control of these narratives that can help with your image, man. And don't worry about the BS and getting caught up in the people trolling you and saying crazy shit that ain't true. Don't worry about that. But stuff like this, take control of that, man. Anyway, I think the real question boxing fans should be asking, I think when it comes to something like this, is Claressa Shields being judged for what she does? Because I don't think she's being judged for everything she does. We're just dealing with the attitude. Attitude. But if we had more things about her that we were able to look and see and know about, you know, factual shit, not just something you just throwing out there and expect us to believe it. Like this right here, this is something that's like, okay, we could take this and run with it. Because then people can start to see a little bit more of who she is. You know what I'm saying? There's more to her than just a woman whose quills stay out. You know what I mean? The woman who's temperamental. The woman who no kidding will run up on you and bite you and shit in the ankle. There's so much more to her than that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, giving away tickets, that shit's not a scandal. It's charity. It's outreach. It's smart business in small markets. If anything, she deserves respect for it. So that's just my opinion, man. Anyway, man, yo, Claressa Shields talk more about this kind of stuff as positive. Talk more about it. But I also could understand where, you know, she may not want to talk about it because, you know, if you're out here giving away tickets, it could affect sponsorships and stuff like that if they feel that, you know, you don't have sellout crowds, there's no demand, no visibility for you. Attendance is inflated by giveaways. Like I understand all that. But I just think if you spin it the right way, as a fighter who gives back, the champion who cares, the woman of the people, I think that's a great thing. A great thing. But anyway, one thing we know about Claressa Shields, the GWOAT. She gonna do what the hell she wants. She don't care about what the hell I say. But she'll hear the shit when we do them lives and then people come on at 9 o'clock and they have a lot of stuff to say about it. She'll hear the shit I say that she don't like. Well, how about this? I know you've been watching these videos and you've commented on some. So comment on this one and break down what exactly is the story with these rumors about you just can't sell out venues and you giving away thousands of tickets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 tickets. Come out there and kill that. I believe you do give away tickets. I think maybe 1,000 to 2,000. And I think you do it as part of some kind of outreach to help the underprivileged. And then some of the other tickets, I do think people may buy tickets in bulk from you and then they go and give those out, but they pay for them, so they're being sold. I think there's more to it than just the shit that's being put out here. But only you can clear that up. And you should, because it's positive. And to be honest with you, man, I was actually pleasantly surprised after I did some research of what it could be. Now, remember, I don't know if anything that I said is a fact here, except we know tickets are getting out there, but how? But it seems like there's more to it than just, oh, shit, we're going to have an empty venue. Let's just go out there, street team, hand out tickets everywhere. I think there's more to it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm about to go running. Keep cool. I'm in the break.